Hello everybody and welcome back to GT Sport. For this race, we're actually going back in time to when I first made this account, as you can see from everybody's DR and SR ratings. Pretty much everyone, including myself, can be considered a newbie, and that means throwing out any expectations of things going well for anybody. And this is the reason why this combination was really chaotic but also really fun. We're racing at Interlagos with Group 4 cars, or as pretty much everybody in the GT community knows, the FF category. Pretty much everybody is in the Audi or the Peugeot, which is understandable. Everybody wants to climb up the ratings as fast as possible to where things are on an equal competitive level. And that said, let's get into the race. It's a great start, so no one's left out of the carnage that's about to take place in turn 1. And I don't expect anybody to get out clean. And just as I said, immediately we get punted from the back, ghosting right through the car in front, and as I'm trying my best to stay in line, the Audi on the left comes by to put me on track, funnily enough, and again by the Peugeot as he goes flying into Narnia. But he does make quite the dramatic comeback. And right now, if you take a look at the radar, I'm sandwiched right in between a massive pack of cars, and I have become the subject of a game of pinball, to be honest. Somehow I'm able to keep things under control as we head out from turn 4 to 5. The punting really has not been all that helpful as I get pushed aside from the guys at the back as they move forward. The Danish in the Audi moves on ahead, and now I'm wheel to wheel with the Slovenian, but it really doesn't take long for me to get pushed aside, and here I really thought I would end up with a penalty. But it looks like the Danish is the one that ends up with a penalty of 0.5 seconds. It seems like the stewards were being really sympathetic toward my situation. Well, at least for the time being. Coming into turn 11, otherwise known as Bico do Paro, I'm pretty sure I butchered the pronunciation. I brake just a little bit too early and leave enough space for the Slovenian to come sliding right through. I should have seen that coming and not turn right into him. Looking back at this race, I see myself being very cautious when there were cars close by, but compared to how I'm driving now, it's very clear to me how much progress I made in just a few months. Maybe I should make a comparison video of how I'm driving now as opposed to when I started, as I do have some old recordings saved on the PlayStation 4. So subscribe and comment down below if you want to see that, because I would really love you to see what you guys have to say. Starting the second lap, coming up on turn 1 once again, but this time we all have some breathing room. As I make the turn, you can see in the radar the Belgian just yeeting off straight into the Shadow Realm. Or Narnia, it really depends on who you watch in the GT community. So now we have caught up with the Danish driver who seems to have gone really wide, making way for the Slovenian to move up forward. The Danish driver does have a penalty to serve, so we are now gifted with a position. We are still a few ways off from where we started, which was P4, hopefully I'm right about that. And it's not looking like getting up the grid will be easy, as the Slovenian, who was a bit slow coming out of turn 4, defends his position, which is not good for either of us, as you're about to see. So now we're getting separated from the pack ahead, and also the ever so important slipstream. And we're just about to get on power through turn 11, and the Danish makes another surprise comeback into the scene, carrying a lot of speed and punts me off my momentum. But thankfully he does get punished for his actions, and if I remember correctly, this was when the penalty system was acting really weird and handing out penalties back and forth with no mercy whatsoever. I can only imagine what the Danish drivers' ratings are looking like right now. Coming into the final sector, I noticed my lap times were purple, and only if the race was a bit longer I probably would have had the chance to get at least a podium, as everybody's on pretty equal or slower pace than I was, and in similar machinery, so clearly I had every chance to catch up. So we're gonna skip on ahead one entire lap of me trying to catch up, and we got the Slovenian and the Brit fighting for position, and as we're coming up to turn 1, the Brit goes wide, making it look simple for the Slovenian to move up, but as I try to do the same, the Brit comes back hitting me from the right, which slows me down quite a bit. And now we have the Russian coming in from behind, ready to make his claim in the space that just opened up between the Briton and I. And with the Brit having to serve his penalty, it now becomes an Audi triple threat heading into turn 4. And with slipstream coming into effect, I end up following both Audis onto the green tarmac. I was way too eager to get on the power and overtake, and as anybody who has driven the FF cars would tell you, they understeer like a bitch. So now, what could have been a golden opportunity to snatch a place on the podium becomes a lesson of needing to be patient, because that was very much a rookie mistake that should have been avoided. As you can see up ahead, you have 3 cars fighting for position, and with 2 of them with penalties to serve at the end of the race, that would have gotten me a few places up the grid, and all I had to do was just simply keep myself close to them. Coming into turn 11, we're just a couple of tenths behind, and the only opportunity left for us to overtake is the last corner, which is actually not the last corner, by the way. But the Peugeot up front does a great job defending, and is slightly better at getting on the power compared to my Audi. And I say that, and we almost end up rear-ending the Peugeot in front. Coming to the end of the race, in P6, in Super GT's favorite position, by the way, it's not the best result considering we start at P4, and had we not gotten the penalty, I think we could have brought in a better result. As you can see, the Slovenian managed to do as he avoided getting any penalties and drove a really clean race. But it was a lot of fun, and I got to take away a lot of key points to improve on when it comes to being patient and also maintaining a good pace. So give a like and subscribe for more daily race content. The next race will probably be the last week's daily race C, which took place in Suzuka with the Miatas, which was surprisingly nerve-wracking. So keep an eye out for that.